Welcome to the weather for the week ahead from the Met Office. A very busy week of weather lies ahead. It's all change after a cold spell. We're looking at heavy rain and strong winds, particularly so on Wednesday and Thursday. It will be turning a little bit milder after the cold spell of weather, but you won't really notice that too much with the wind and the rain. One thing you will notice, it won't be as cold and frosty in the mornings. But the wind and the rain could cause some problems, so we do have warnings in force for Wednesday and Thursday, particularly with regards to the winds, but heavy rain could also cause some issues. What's going on? Well, it's wet and windy. We're usually looking out in the Atlantic and talking low pressure systems, and here they are. High pressure's been holding on, bringing the largely dry but colder weather for the past week or so. But these lows will take over. Now, this one in particular has been named by the Portuguese Met Service because it's bringing stormy weather to the Azores on Tuesday. It then winds into another area of low pressure to bring us wet and windy weather on Wednesday. And then there's another area of low pressure that follows on behind. And again, look at the isobars squeezing together. Potential for some very strong winds from this system on Thursday. But as well as bringing wet and windy weather, they are also bringing milder air up from the southwest. The cold air that's been sitting across the UK has now moved more into central parts of Europe. Let's break it down day by day and see what's going on, because Tuesday actually starts chilly with maybe a touch of frost and some mist and fog, but that gradually gets cleared away and the first bout of wet weather swings in from the west with increasing winds as well. A few hours of wet weather as that pushes its way in from the west. It may brighten up in the southwest later. Much of eastern England, most of Scotland looking dry and bright for most of the day, but still on the cold side at this stage. Temperatures still in single figures, but signs of that milder air arriving in the southwest. That band of rain swings through and then it gets joined by this next system. Now, this is the one that the Portuguese Met Service have named Diana. Now, it will swing in and bring wet and windy weather across the UK. Weather fronts bringing rain and the isobars squeezing together to bring those gusty winds. So we do have warnings in force for parts of the west and the northeast. Across eastern Scotland, some heavy rain coupled with some snow melt could cause some issues, and those gusty winds could cause some problems. High-sided vehicles especially, there'll be big waves also, and the potential, as I say, for those winds to cause some issues across parts of western Britain and that northeastern corner, with gusts of 60, possibly around coasts 70 miles an hour. It's a wet and windy day, whichever way you look at it, but at least the temperatures will be higher. Now, of course, it won't feel all that mild with the rain and the strong winds, but numbers getting into the teens. That system then pulls away. A brief respite maybe on Wednesday night before this next system comes in. Now, this is slightly different in that it's developing. It's really intensifying as it moves towards the UK. That brings the potential for even stronger winds, but it also means there's more uncertainty with the development of this system. But it does have the potential to bring, again, some very strong winds, potentially damaging gusts of wind on Thursday. Particularly at this stage, it looks like across parts of the west. So that's an area we'll be keeping a very close eye on. Again, for most places, it's a very windy day. Spell of rain moves through. It may turn a bit drier in places. And again, look at the temperatures, double digits up into the low teens, so it won't be particularly cold. That system scoots away on Thursday night. Again, some uncertainty about the track and position of that, and then we're left kind of between two systems for Friday. There'll still be plenty of showers around. The winds will be lively, especially at first, but probably easing down through the day. There'll be lots of showers, especially in the west. Some snow over the hills across the Highlands of Scotland, for example. Nothing too unusual about that through the last day of November. But temperatures will be down a couple of degrees on Friday, slightly cooler conditions. Overall, looking into the weekend, a long way off. Obviously, we'll have more details over the coming days. But compared to the weekend just gone, it looks a lot milder. But it still looks as if it will be quite blustery with probably further bouts of rain. As I said at the start, there is a lot going on. Please keep up to date with the very latest forecasts and keep up to date with the weather warnings. You can do that through our app, through our website, or one of the best ways to do it is to follow us on social media.